don't know, I thought it might be kind of fun to test out the YouTube live section before I use a different streaming service. And what better way to do that than to take you for a little walk to show you my favorite thing on this property. So, I didn't tell anybody I was going live, just because if it doesn't work out, I can quickly delete it. But I still have snow down here. Most of the snow is melted, but let me just check here. I want to try some things. So, while I'm walking in the snow, if you can hear the background, that is not wind. That is the brook. Now, let me see here. Alright, so I'm going to try and walk without falling, but I can't see a chat because I have no idea what I need to click on to see that. So if you are in a chat, sorry, I can't see it because I don't know what button to push. But let's take a look. Alright. Now, I did not know this was here. This was a lovely surprise and something that I've wanted for so long. It's not the ocean, but I will take it. So this was a surprise behind my house. The water is actually crystal clear, but because there's so much water running, it's pulling in some soil. So it does look a little murky, but that's okay. It is gorgeous. Now, this down here was actually man-made. This part, it was all scraped and leveled and smooth. I can actually walk right in there. So this is the lowest it's been in 40 years, according to the neighbor. But normally you could swim in here. And normally it is not rushing this much. It's usually more decent and slower, but the snow is melting and everything's coming down here. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hi, Lori. So I was just trying to see what the YouTube part is, not EV Mux. And I didn't want to tell anyone because if I screw up, then I could just delete it and nobody will know I went live. But I just wanted to try out the free YouTube one where you can go live and see how that works and try and just figure a little bit out. It's so pretty. Hey everyone! So this is the surprise behind my house. And it's my favorite thing about it. Pretty. I am in Canada. You can see we still have snow. It is very peaceful, and I love coming down here. So I'm just testing out the YouTube live, and I want to see how the sound is because this is very loud. So I want to know if anybody can even hear me over the rushing water. Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. That's what I was trying to figure out. So in the future, then I know I can come live down here and people can hear me. Hey, Charles. Surprise. So I didn't tell anyone because if I screw up, then I can delete it and nobody will know. But I just wanted to try out the YouTube live, which I will tell you I do not like, and before I pay for EV Max. So I thought I'll come down here to the most favorite part of my property and test it out and see how it works. But that's my waterfall. So it's actually a tree that fell and it created a waterfall, but I love it. And even I know it looks dirty, but it's not. So there's so much snow melting and it's coming downhill, so it's bringing, a little bit of soil and it's really rushing. So it's actually it looks a bit murky, but it's actually crystal clear water. And I'll show you over here. Oh my gosh, you don't even have to come down here. And when I have the windows open, I can hear this loud and clear through the whole house. It's amazing. So if you can see here, let me see. Well, that's sand at the bottom. See that? So you can kind of see how clear the water is. It's hard because look at this. It's moving really fast, and I'm trying not to fall because look this is ice. So I'm trying to see if I can get a decent view without falling, but it's perfectly crystal clear water. And then, it's so nice. Well, it's not the ocean, but it's the next best thing, and I love it. So my test worked. I've decided I do not like going live with YouTube Live. You can only go vertical, and there's just not many settings, and I don't like it. So I think I'm going to try out EV Max, even though I don't really know anything. Kind of played around with the free version the last 2 days, and it seems okay. So I think I might try and figure out EV Max. But oh, and just a little surprise sneak peek. There's a boat on this property. So I don't plan on using it in here, but let me see. Way back, not far. Actually, it's not far at all. But back in my trees over here, I found a boat. I don't know if it's usable. It's got a whole bunch of dirt and plants and all kinds of stuff. I only looked at it for a second before the snow came last fall. But I actually have small little boat on this property, so I don't know, it might be in decent condition or usable, but I'm going to do a video another time checking out the boat, because I only saw it like from a distance. You really got to clean it out. This has been neglected for so many years, I can't even tell you, and I can show you a bit if you want a little sneak peek of what's to come. But yeah, so the people didn't take care of anything, and they didn't even bother to put garbage at the road, because why bring your garbage to the road if you can throw it down the hill? So I do have some plans to show you some of the things that come along with buying a foreclosed home as is. Here's one of them. Oh my gosh. Here's one of the many selling features to this house. Don't you wish you had this with your home? So I get to clean all this up, which will not be anytime soon, but here's just one of the things that'll be coming up in my videos. The snow is obviously not fully melted, so you can't see everything, but I can see enough, and there's a lot. There's garbage, there's wood, there's siding, there's a cooler, pool equipment, and those pipes right there. That is actually what they used to do with the pool. So they would actually run that pipe, whatever, and they would run it over to the brook. And they would use the water from the brook to pump the pool. So yeah, just a little sneak peek of what is to come later, and that is cleanup. And hopefully I can get that done before mosquitoes come. But I do have a mosquito magnet, so I'm hoping that works. And I don't know if you can see these trees, but I mean they're nice. It's just, it is so dense in here that if you really look close over here, I mean you can see all the roots, and the trees just fall. So I don't know if you can see that well, but in the back there are just so many trees that have all fallen, and they're just left there. So I do think though, once this gets cleaned out, so once all these dead trees get pulled out, and you know, it can kind of get cleaned up a bit and pull out even the trees that are still standing. If I could thin this out, I think it'd be really nice, and then the trees that are left here will probably thrive, because this is not safe. And at my other house, I am overloaded with trees and cedar, and I have this in the woods at my other house. Can you see those roots? That is not good, because there is not much holding that tree from falling. And we have water rushing the soil away. So yeah, little bit dangerous, and I probably shouldn't be standing here in case that caves in, but these are all tree roots, and the roots are exposed everywhere. And that is how we get these trees that create my waterfall. Now, I have not been back in here, so I don't actually, from here, it actually goes way up a hill. There's nothing. There's no houses. There's nothing on the other side of the brook behind. But going down like left and right, there are homes along here. So it's just a little short distance from the house, but I like coming down here. It's very peaceful. actually not in a state, I'm in Canada. So I am in New Brunswick, right along the Atlantic coast. So I just testing out the YouTube Live to see if it's any good before I pay for another streaming service. And I thought this is the perfect place to try it out because it's so noisy, but it's also beautiful. Thank you. Oh my goodness, yes. I cannot believe how amazing that Starlink is because we only had one service provider out here for internet, and it's like $120 or $30 a month, and I keep getting like buffering in my house. And so with Starlink, it was only like $20 more, which is still overpriced and it's expensive, but the Starlink, it comes with everything. So it comes with a modem and router built all in. And then they also gave me a free Wi-Fi extender. And I've actually, I did a private live before this. And so I actually went all around my house. I came down here and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's not even any buffering. This is amazing. So I actually did a test and it worked out great. So I can go around my whole entire property and I can come down here and my Starlink is perfect. So I just have what I got for free with Starlink. What they sent me for free is amazing. I have just excellent range and there was no buffering, absolutely nothing. So definitely highly recommend my Starlink. And I'm just using the regular Starlink. I'm not using the mobile. So they call it a mini. So I can get the mini for free, but if you do get the mini so that you can take it with you on the go, the problem with that is that you have to pay for it whether you use it or not. So they will send it to me for free, but if I'm not using it, I have to pay $7 a month, I think plus tax. And then when I want to use it, then they'll charge me for on service, but I get half price. So it's $40 for each month that I want to use it, and then $7 a month when I'm not using it. And that's just not something I can afford at the moment. So I'm just using the regular Starlink that is with the house. Well, I can't really go anywhere. I can't really do much of anything right here because it's actually ice. It looks like snow, but it's ice, and I am wearing flip-flops with socks, yes. It keeps your feet clean, so I don't want to slip and fall. But yeah, if you missed it, I did give a little bit of a sneak peek on what's to come. So the house came with a whole bunch of garbage. They just threw down the hill. So that is something I have to clean up sometime, not right now. But that's going to be a massive project. It's not just junk and garbage, it's mixed in with how many years of leaves. And I don't know what critters are under there either, but that is something that'll be coming up. But for now, I just absolutely love this. And just thought it'd be good to test out. So if anybody has any advice with EV Mux, please let me know. because I need to figure out how to use it, and I will be getting the paid version so I can co-stream so I can help other people with hours. But I'm not really good with tech, so I'm going to need lots of help. One nice thing though with these fallen down trees, these are all cedar, and they're actually still pretty sturdy, so you can very easily just walk right over them and go to the other side of the woods if you wanted to. And I don't think there's anything there. I know there's no houses because it actually goes uphill to like the mountain. So I don't know, it's a nice little place that you could, even though I don't own the woods behind the brook, you know, no one's here. You could probably set up like a nice little area just to get away from things. But I did have a plan actually to clean out a lot of this. Now some of this was already cleaned out before I got this house, which is nice. So someone actually came with a tractor and they cleaned out this whole path to go like from the yard, and they cleaned out a nice path, and then it goes right level with the bottom. So it's really nice right there, and you could actually walk right in there. And normally it's not flowing this hard, so you actually could swim in there, you could sit in there, and it's clean water. But I wanted to have this all cleaned out, and then I thought it'd be so nice to have some dump truck loads of beach sand. And then, you know, just have like a kind of like a little beach area. Even though I'm not by the ocean, which was my dream, close enough, and I can make it feel like I'm by the ocean. So I thought of putting beach sand in here once I get this cleaned out. And then have just a nice little area with I could build like a basic screened-in gazebo. And then I could have some patio chairs and all that fun stuff. So, oh yeah, it's cold at the moment. It's very, very cold. I still have snow here, but it's very clean water. So once the snow is all melted, it won't be this strong. So when the water flows, it'll be slower. And I came down here just before the snow came, and it was beautiful. It runs 24/7. It never freezes. So even in the winter time, it doesn't freeze. It's always running. But when I came down here before the snow came, it was moving just enough. But you could see like crystal clear. You could see everything, all the sand. You could see the rocks on the bottom, and you can actually go and you can sit in there. You could swim. You could just walk in there if you want to cool your feet down. So it's actually really, really nice all summer long. It's just that right now, this is the hottest day that we've had. It's 62 Fahrenheit today. So with the heat, snow is melting, and that's causing this to be super fast, and it looks dirty, but it's not. But it is cold, so you don't want to go in there. But it is nice in the summer. You could always just come down here, and even just to put your feet in. The neighbors' dogs, actually, they would always come back here, and they would just go and have a bath. So the dogs would actually, they come back here, and they just play in there, and they give themselves a nice bath to cool down. So the dogs love it, actually. But yeah, so I'm not going to stay on here long. I just wanted to try this out and see if I like it, and I do not. So if you use the live feature on YouTube to go live, my goodness, I don't know how you do it. But yeah, this is not going to happen again. Oh, hi there, Karen. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be using Facebook Live ever again. I don't like it. So I think going forward, I'll use EV Muck. So if you just came in, this is just a trial. I just wanted to see if I was gonna like the YouTube part where you can go live for free, and I don't like it. So I just wanted to try it before I pay for a streaming service. So I just thought, why not come down here and just show everyone this beautiful spot behind my house that I love so much, and test out the sound and try out the live. So hope you enjoyed this beautiful view and the sound of the rushing water, because it is actually so loud. I don't know if you can hear how loud it is, but it's actually so loud that 24/7 I can hear it in my house if I have the windows or the patio doors open, because I'm so close to it that it actually sounds like I'm right by the ocean, and it is my favorite thing about this whole house. Oh, thank you so much. It actually is. So, well, when there's no trespassers back here, because if you haven't seen my other video, there are people who like to creep around my property, and I can't have that. And so unfortunately, as much as I love this and it's my favorite thing, I will be moving. So first I have to finish moving from the other house, and then as soon as I can get help to get the rest of my things moved from the other house, then I can put that up for sale. And then when that sells, then I'm going to use that money and buy a large piece of land in a remote area, which I've already picked out, a large piece of land. There are no people for a very long time, so that's pretty much the plan. And then I can actually take my time fixing it up, and yeah, so, oh yeah, I love dogs. It's just the dogs that are down the road, they do not keep them on their property, and they're constantly over here, which they don't bother me, but they bark nonstop. They literally come to stand in front of me and just bark and bark and bark and bark and bark. And they steal things out of my garage, and they stole my running shoe, and I now have to buy a new pair of shoes because I have one. So you need two. And they're very destructive, and they're a nuisance. They've dug up my blueberry trees while I was planting them, and blueberry trees are not cheap. So, you know, the dogs are not bad, it's just they're a nuisance. So, yeah, I miss my dog. So I had my dog, I got her, she was 6 months old, I rescued her, and I had her for about 14 years. And that was my child. I loved her more than anything. And she was so perfect and well behaved. She never even needed a leash. She was just perfect. And she loved everyone and all people. And she was so special. But she passed a year and a half ago. So I sure miss her. But yeah, I wish that a dog like her, if a dog like her came by, I would be happy as can be, and she would be so welcome here. But no, the dogs that keep coming over here every day and just causing problems are a nuisance. So, oh, that's another reason I have to move. So trespassers, that chronic trespassing, that's one. And this is not the United States. So, no, you cannot defend yourself here. Even if I spent $50,000 in fencing and put up signs, no trespassing, if someone comes on my property, then they only get a $65 fine, which is paid to the government. I don't even get the $65. So it's a whole big mess. So unfortunately, I will be missing this very much when I move, but I'm taking my time, so I'm probably not going to be moving again for another 1 to 2 years, but the sooner the better. You never know. You know, if things work out, I'm going to be like, oh, watch how fast I can move. And you might see a super fast live, but in the meantime, I'm just making the best of it here, and this brings me joy. Well, it did until I saw all the footprints from the trespassers walking all over my backyard, which is right near my house, and it's very creepy. So, yeah, it's not as special as it used to be, but you know, it's still the nicest part of the property. And there's the trees. These are pretty much all cedar. There are some other trees in here, but it's mostly all cedar. And so I'm going to end the live in a few minutes. I just wanted to try out the YouTube live parts, and yeah, I highly do not recommend it. I mean, it's, you know what, it serves its purpose. It's perfectly fine, but it did not allow me to go horizontal. It forced me to go vertical, and I do not like vertical lives. I despise vertical lives, especially as a moderator on so many channels. You do not want to go vertical, but it didn't give me an option. And there's some other things I did not like about the live part on YouTube. So if you have any tips or advice on live streaming, let me know, because I think I'm going to just pay for EV Mux tomorrow and try and figure it out, which may take a very long time because I'm not good with tech stuff, but I'm pretty good at figuring stuff out. We'll see how that works, but I could use all the help I can get. So if you've used EV Mux and you have some advice, let me know, because I'm going to need a whole lot of it. But yeah, here we are. So I'm going to head back to the house. The sun is going down and it's just a beautiful day. 62 Fahrenheit it went up to. Unfortunately, after today, the whole next week is going to be back in the 40s. Very sad, but that's okay. I had 2 days that was 60, so that works for me. Hopefully it warms up soon. But anyways, I am going to head back to the house, and the next time I go live, I think I'm going to just do a trial test with EV Mux. So just so you know ahead of time, it will probably be a very boring live, but it's just so I can test it out. So the next time I go live will be, if you haven't been here very long, the real wildlife, I was just testing out the YouTube live to see if it's any good, and it's not. It's crap, and I don't recommend it. But I just didn't want to pay for EV Mux or another streaming place if this one worked out good. But no, I would rather pay and use EV Mux than this. This is horrible. So, and I don't like vertical lives, but it doesn't let me go with the horizontal, so no, I will not be using this one again. But I just wanted to try it out, so I thought, might as well show people my backyard while I try out the live and see if it's any good. Yeah, if you're just by yourself, and it's not bad, but it doesn't allow you to go vertical or horizontal. And you know very well, when you go vertical, you get like 500 trolls. And I've already had a few, but it wasn't bad. It was only 1 or 2, and I could catch them real quick. So that was fine. But no, I don't like the lack of options that they give you. And yeah, it's very convenient. It's very simple and easy. I like that you just push the button and you can go live, but not on vertical. So I will not be doing that again. So yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is probably maybe tomorrow I'll try out EV Mux while I'm sorting my seeds, and I can start germinating them tomorrow. I know it's still a little early because I have snow, but now that I know I have some soil coming to put this in, I can germinate them. So I didn't want to start my seeds when I didn't have soil to transfer them to, because what's the point? They'll just die. So I did get some soil ordered. It'll be here Wednesday. So I'm going to start some seeds tomorrow, and I think I'll just put the camera on in case anyone's interested in a seed talk. And I'll just, if I'm sitting there anyways, if anybody wants to, you can watch me go through some seeds and germinate seeds while I try out EV Mux, and then I can know which one I like, or if I even like it. And if I don't like EV Mux, then I will go live and try out a different one. until I find one that is pretty easy and has some nice features. So that is my plan going forward, but I just thought, well, maybe some people would like to see my backyard while I test out this live feature. And these trees are pretty tall, but the woods at my other house, man, those cedars are massive compared to these. So I think these are just babies. I have a feeling this was clear cut, maybe compared to my other house, I would say maybe like 60 or something years ago-ish. I don't know. I'm not good with this stuff. But compared to the other property, I would say this was probably clear cut not too long ago, because these are just kind of small trees. But yeah, it'll be nice once it's cleaned up. It's just a massive amount of work, and you have to have a tractor. And most people know I do not have a tractor, and I have no intention on buying one. That is a massive expense that is just not going to happen anytime soon. But you definitely need a tractor to clean this out. So, alright, I am going to end the live in just a few moments once I get back up to this cleared part here. And, oh yeah, I love the noise. I just really love that water. But, yeah. So if you didn't see this part, it's actually, well, mostly clear. I just have to do some trimming, but you can actually walk straight down on an angle right into the water. So anyways, I hope everyone has an amazing day, and it's very peaceful and nice and warm, because I've had a nice warm day today. So thank you so much to everyone that has come in, and yeah, I might try out EV Mux tomorrow. So yeah, if you're interested in seed talk, then I don't know, probably sometime in the afternoon. But I think what I'll do is I'll try and schedule it ahead of time. This was just, I just felt like it, so I didn't plan on going live in advance. But yeah, so thank you so much for everyone that came in to help me test out the the YouTube feature for live, so that I can compare it to different streaming companies. Hope you enjoyed the little sneak peek of the new house. So thank you so much for coming in, and I'll see you on the next one. And also, if you have picker bushes on your property, oh my good gracious, make sure that they are cut down. So this property came with massive amounts of them, which I have to cut down. But if you can see them, they're everywhere. You can't really avoid them. So I'm gonna go pick the pickers off, and I will probably see you guys on some lives. Oh yeah, Jesse and Lisa are live tonight, so I'll probably see you guys there, and on whoever else goes live. So thank you so much, and now I have to figure out how to end. So I'm gonna try the X button, and let's see if this actually does work, because I don't know. Oh yes, end live stream.